guys, welcome back to another project video. I'm Az, and we're going to be talking about our Discovery 3 today that we've just picked up from Chris. Sorry, I've put on the other video that I had 315,000 miles. I think I've got the 5 and the 1 mixed up because it's actually 311,575 miles. That's what it is when I've picked it up today. And if I'm honest with you, it was a car that I probably wouldn't have bought if John didn't want to buy the Range Rover. If John really wanted to buy that Range Rover for whatever reason, and he'll probably say that in future videos as well. Bloody hell, why the hell did I buy this Range Rover? But it has, I thought that L322 had something about it. It had a bit of charm. Yes, you know, it needed quite a bit of work done, but for me, I think I could have probably got through that list. But John's happy with the car. He's getting through the list. I think he's already fixed a couple of issues with the car as well. So yeah, but we'll get onto them. This here, 311,575 miles. It was definitely one of the highest Disco 3s, because when I went on the forum and sort of proclaimed that I think this is probably in the top 5, there was like 3 or 4 cars above already on 350,000 miles. I think there's actually a Discovery 4 or a Discovery 3 with 800,000 miles. I mean, if you own that car, I would really be happy if you got in touch, because I would really love to do a YouTube video on that car. I think that would be absolutely amazing, just to go through what it takes to actually get a Discovery 3, 4 up to that sort of mileage and the maintenance that, you know, you have to do to get it there. People say Land Rovers are unreliable. It's the old age where I was sort of brought up to hate Land Rovers. I really was. My dad only ever had one Land Rover. It was a Range Rover P38 4-litre SE in Barat blue, cream leather, beautiful car. Had it literally 2 weeks before he took it back to the dealership and went, "This is rubbish, don't really want it." Land Rovers, especially the newer ones, and you've got like body control modules, you've got suspension modules. I mean, when we plugged this car in, it literally had about 30 different modules to control everything, to show you where faults were, and we did find faults. I'm not gonna lie, we did find faults on this car. That'll be coming up in the next video. But yeah, you know, it's the age of, if you look after something, it's gonna look after you. And this is done at 311,000 miles. And you know, Chris has had this car since 298,000, so that's like 13,000 miles in a year, and it's been up and down the country. It's never not started. There's nothing ever been wrong with it. Sure enough, he's done some maintenance. He's done a couple of oil changes. I think there was the starter motor he felt was starting to just sort of be a bit lazy, so he got that sorted and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's been fairly reliable motoring. But I have to say, I think this is a cracking car. I think it really is a cracking car. Discovery 3 HSE, like I said, you get the fridge, you get all sorts with it. You get the Harman Kardon Logic 7 sound system with it. You get double glove box. You know, you got big chunky cup holders here to hold your thermoses when you go out camping or when you're on the way to work. This has got the panoramic roof, so it's got like one sunroof here, and it's actually got a glass roof, which is really nice, because it does actually let quite a bit of light in, and it makes it quite nice and airy in here. It's obviously grey with the black. I think, if I'm honest with you, what I would probably change if I was to keep this would be, I'd probably add some slightly brushed silver accents, just to sort of liven the centre console up, because when you get to this area, it just feels like you need to have a little bit more to break up you know, some of the dark colours. Like I said, we just bought this from Chris. I've just put some fuel in there. It seems to be working alright. This seat doesn't move though. At the moment it's a little bit close. I like to be sitting further back, and that mirror doesn't work. So I'm thinking there's something there between the two, where that could be, I don't know, a fuse or something. That this driver's seat doesn't work and that one doesn't work. This is electric again, HSE. You've got full electric seats, heated. Sadly, this one isn't working on the heated seat, which is, you know, notorious for anything with drivers. Heated seats, you know, that's the most used item in a car with heated seats is the driver's heated seat, because obviously the driver. So yeah, but yeah, I like this. I like it. It's, you know, I sort of know the history of this car. Chris knew the history of this car. We've got pictures of it having the body off. You know, it's had oil pump done. It's had all the auxiliary tensioners front and back of the engine as well. It's, you know, it's had the chassis coated, had the underside coated. It's by no means perfect, and if I'm honest with you, for what I paid for it, I wasn't expecting it to be perfect. You want to go out and buy a nice one of these on an 06 plate like this, you're probably looking at around about £3,000 to £5,000, and that's probably going to fetch you a fairly decent low mileage car. Higher mileage cars, I always say the higher the mileage, the better for me, because I look at that and go, well, that car's been, well, I'd like to say that car's been taken care of. History with these cars, it is definitely something that you need to look at, is service history. Like I said, this one, I knew of its history and what's been done to it. Sadly, Chris has lost the service history for the car in a business move, which is just unfortunate, but it's one of those things. You know, luckily I've got all the original pictures of all the work being done to this car, and you know, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I thought to myself, well, I can just go out and buy this, because Chris is selling off some of his Land Rover projects and collection. He's got quite a few Discovery ones at the moment, and yeah, he was just like, listen, I don't need it. My wife is going to get a Freelander, so you know, I'll just sell this. And I just went, well, I'll tell you what, don't do any of the work that needs to be done to it, and I'll buy it. I think it needs probably brake, discs and pads. I think he said he changed the pads, but the discs on the front are definitely a little bit warped. When you brake from about 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, you can just feel it judder. And obviously you've got to think you've got these big chunky all-terrain plus tyres on from Pirelli Scorpion, and I'm guessing that just sort of, you know, it sort of equates to the, it doesn't help to the vibrations, does it? So yeah, but like I said, I'm happy with this car. Doing about 22 miles to the gallon now. I don't think we'll be getting much more than that. It's a big, heavy truck. I think it weighs about 2.6 tons, which is strange because the L322 Range Rover, which is on a monocoque chassis, that actually weighs slightly more than this, which is on a big body-on-frame chassis. So again, I'm not entirely sure if those figures are accurate that I've sort of put there, but from what I've heard, this is actually a little bit lighter than the L322. I did love that L322, there was just something really nice about it, and I would love to have another one, but at the moment I'm just going to keep this. We've had some bad weather, it's been snowing, it's been raining, we've had ice where my dad lives. Sadly, there's been very, very heavy snow down there, and it's you know what it is, I need something like this to get down there, and that was always the sort of thing that was going to be kept over the winter with the L322. And then, like I said, I still need something to see me through the winter. So yeah, but what do you think, guys? 311,000 mile Disco. I'm happy. I really am happy. Like I said, I mean, there's some wear and tear on the inside. You can see, like, obviously, you know, there's, on the binnacle there's a couple of cracks from where I think the binnacle lens literally just cracks over age. It's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, and it just cracks. 311,000 miles, you know what I mean? You're not expecting perfection. The dashboard is quite heavily cracked in a lot of places. There's some wear and tear there on the door cards and then on the seats. I think I'm probably just going to do the bare minimum with this car. I think probably just do like servicing, maybe like a half decent service. Chris said to me, because it had been parked up for about 8 weeks, he said, listen, he says it needs either a battery or glow plugs. I've had a look at the battery, and that battery just doesn't seem to be the right battery for the car. It's a Bosch, but it looks like it's fairly knackered. And if I'm honest with you, if you leave it without having to properly run it, then it just cuts out. Sorry guys, yeah, the camera went off there. So as I was saying, the battery, it needs battery or glow plugs, or potentially both. So yeah, the battery side of things, it's got a a smaller battery than what it should. I think the cold cranking amps is I think about 700 cold cranking amps, so it's definitely not the best battery for the car. I think the normal battery for these cars about 800 to 900 cold cranking amps. Found a Bosch S5 which I'm going to fit. Definitely going to make a difference, especially on cold starts when it's really cold out there. It makes such a difference to have a good battery on, and I feel like obviously with this battery not being the correct battery for the car, it means that when I fit a new battery, hopefully that's going to assist with the cold start, just because there's not enough cold cranking amps. Recently we've had temperatures of around about -7, and it has been one of those things where I'm worrying about if the car's going to start because of the cold temperatures. So yeah, hopefully that's going to fix the cold start issue. If not, then we'll look at the glow plugs to compete potentially that these both. So yeah, but I think for what I've got, I think I've got a cracking car. Yes, it's high mileage, but I honestly don't believe that you should let high mileage cars put you off. Like I said, we know the history of this car, we know that it has a lot of work done. If you want to see more videos like this, I've got lots more content, I've got lots more cars to sort of introduce to the channel. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know, and please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe. It's a really big thing to like, share and subscribe. Sorry, the sun's killing me here. So yeah, please like, share and subscribe, and I shall see you later folks. Cheers now, bye bye.